All right, so this video I'm going to talk about how to crush a workshop basically from start to finish. There's a longer version of this in the video that's below this, but this version I'm going to give you the quick and easy if you only had like 10 minutes to figure out how to crush a workshop. So here we go. It doesn't matter what kind of workshop you're putting on, whether or not it's CrossFit, yoga, Pilates, whatever, you can crush it using this method. So number one, you're going to start with what problems do you guys have? Who here has leakage? Who here has low back pain? Who here has pain with intercourse? Who here has hip pain? They may not raise their hand for pain with intercourse, just fair warning, okay? Read the room, okay? And be ready to pivot just in case you want to go this direction and they want to go this direction, okay? So number one, start off with the question, who here has this issue? Who here has this issue, okay? That is massively important. Then what I do is I immediately start to get them to interact with me. So I immediately start, I don't even introduce myself, by the way, because you haven't earned it yet, in my opinion. You have not earned the right to be like, hi, I'm Kelly, I'm from Orthopelvic Physical Therapy. No one's listening to you at that point. So I got to catch their attention while they're actually listening to me and giving them the nuts and bolts immediately right up front. So I don't even introduce myself. You can if you want. But what I do is I ask the question first, and I'm like, all right, guys, we're gonna get touchy feely. Who's ready for that? And I'm like, okay, now I want everyone to take their hand and I want them to touch their pubic bone. And you're gonna touch the front part of the pubic bone. I show them on the pelvis. This is my pelvis. I'm gonna show them. Touch right here. Does everyone feel that hard thing? Yeah, everyone feel it? Great. Okay, now I want you just to go right above and press in where it's squishy. Where it's squishy, that's your bladder. Does anyone have to go pee right now? Ha ha ha. You're so funny, Kelly. Great. Okay. Now I need you guys to touch your sit bones. Take your fingers, go underneath your butt cheek. Okay. Whoop. Right here. Touch your sit bone. Okay. So they're going to touch their sit bone and feel. You guys feel that? That's what you're sitting on. Great. Now what I need you to do is slide your fingers like this. So you're touching your sit bone like this. Okay. Slide your fingers in more and hang out there. So I'm basically just sitting on my hand, okay? They can do it that way. They can bring their leg up and they can do it where they're putting their hand this way, like this. But now from here, I want you just to breathe. Does anyone feel muscles where their fingertips are that are dropping into their finger and then lifting back up off their finger when they breathe? I'm gonna give you a second. Try two more. I don't feel anything. Okay. Now, here's the most important part. You got to point out that all of them have a problem. Okay? So, okay, for those people that can't feel anything, this is the first time I'm going to point this out. That means you need to come see a pelvic health therapist. You got to come in for an evaluation because more than likely your pelvic floor is like this. But we'll keep testing, okay? But more than likely there's some pelvic floor dysfunction because you should feel your pelvic floor. Drop on the inhale and exhale, you're going to feel it lift. Okay, now I haven't touched the pelvic floor. That's if they're willing. Sometimes people are like, I'm not putting my hands down there. You're like, okay. It's going to be okay, people. So now the next thing, you're going to put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. From here, we're going to breathe. So I just want you to breathe for me. And I'm just observing the room, I'm looking the room. Okay, who feels their top hand moving more so than their bottom hand? Raise your hand. People raise their hand. Okay, who here feels their bottom hand moving more than your top hand? Okay, those people, second point, this is very important. Second point of why you need to come to my office. Okay, for those people that feel a top hand moving before their bottom hand, those people need to come get a pelvic floor evaluation because when you chest breathe like this, from the pelvic floor to the abdominals to the chest, all this is lifted and more than likely it's going to be tight. So we got to see why you are having problems or why you're having this leakage, okay? Or see why you're having this low back pain. More than likely, that's an issue. Second point that I pointed out that they need to come get an individualized evaluation. Okay, second time. Okay, now the third time is, let's just say they had leaking. Okay, what I have them do is I have them stand up and jump. Okay, so I have them stand up from here, and I literally just have them jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Kelly, I have leakage on number 3. So when they're jumping, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have leakage. Okay, when you have leakage or heaviness, I need you to stop. So someone stopped at 3. Now, you're going to take a sweatshirt, foam roller, a ball, whatever they freaking have at the gym, put it in between their legs. If they have nothing, take your legs and squeeze your legs together. Okay? Now, from here, what you're going to do is now you're going to re-jump. So re-jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I count to 10, by the way. Okay? So when I count to 10, can they do that now with a ball in between? And more than likely, it's going to help them. And if it does, then you're going to be like, guys, that tells me that you're overusing your adductor muscles, the bigger muscles, and the pelvic floor is not functioning correctly. And we got to see what muscles are turned off and what muscles being turned on. We already know these big guys are being turned on, but is there any function happening of these other muscles? We've got to get them to work so that the whole system actually is dynamic and that we can help solve your problem. That's the 3rd time now that I pointed out that they need to come see me. Okay. Now, what's another thing? A 4th time is potentially you could do like an AB assessment, like a DRA assessment. And if they have some kind of coning when you do a sit-up, or when you, when you do a sit-up, or they feel like when they do a sit-up they have to pee, those people also then you need to point out, guys, you need to come to my office. Sorry, you need to come to my office so that we can learn how to improve your pressure management. So any DRA assessment that you do on them, you've got to point that out as well. So that's 4 ways in less than an hour that they've heard, shit, I got to go to this office. I really got to go to this office. Wait, that's me. I got that problem. They're self-evaluating themselves. And they're already selling themselves on like, hey, I got a problem. I need to go see her. Okay. So it's massively important. Hopefully that helps, but this is the quick and easy of how to get people and convert them from a workshop to your actual clinic or to seeing them mobile.